Recorded Books and RB Digital present Silicon City by Cary McClelland. Narrated by Ali An, Alma Cuervo, L.J. Ganzer, Luis Moreno, and Jonathan Todd Ross. A quote from Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass. Sea projected through time, for me an audience interminable. With firm and regular step they wend, they never stop. Successions of men Americanos, 100 millions, one generation playing its part and passing on, another generation playing its part and passing on in its turn, with faces turned sideways or backward towards me to listen, with eyes retrospective towards me. Graffiti in San Francisco. This is my fair warning to the hipsters plus the yuppies. Get the fuck up out the mission before this shit starts getting ugly. You got 6 months, keep it kickin'. If you don't, it won't be funny. I guarantee my soldiers will gladly come out gunnin'. Kill hipsters plus yuppies. Introduction. From the sign of a homeless person standing beside the King Street I-280 off-ramp. I bet you can't hit me with a quarter. I saw this sign as I was driving back into San Francisco one evening. Rush hour traffic had gotten so bad it now took a half hour to clear the off-ramp. Rows of commuters all stuck bumper to bumper in their sensible Northern Californian cars. He stood in an island between waves of traffic and teased the sign gently back and forth, like a dare on a game at the state fair. And we were lined up to play. A sort of cringing panic set in, a feeling that had become all too familiar since I moved there. I had honed the Northern California talent of lamenting the problems that surrounded me, but freezing if I confronted them face to face. He kept waving the sign. I kept inching forward, closer to the intersection. Waving, inching, wave, inch. Suddenly, someone rolled down his window and threw a handful of change at him. He dove down, scrambled in the dust, trying to find every coin. The light turned green and we drove off. He disappeared into a sea of vehicles in my rearview mirror, and I thought, we've turned everything into a game. San Francisco, and the Bay Area in general, has become something of an arcade for the young and plugged in. Uber, Lyft, TaskRabbit, Carbon, Rinse, Instacart, Alfred. A kingdom of cute one-word fiefdoms offering chauffeur and butler services for the new tech titans. They are shuttled to their corporate campuses, like summer camp. A world of primary colors and playgrounds and cafes and endless amusement to keep them happy at work. For them, all of life's conveniences can be had at the push of a button. For others, they've got to get running every time the bell rings. The sharing economy meets modern sweatshop. The gamification of life in the city doesn't mean everyone can afford to play. Through its history, San Francisco has stood as something like the nation's western capital. But it has always been something of a funhouse mirror, reflecting a strange yet sublime potential self back to the rest of the nation. It bore witness to the gold rush, the transcontinental railroad, Japanese internment, the beat poets, the free speech movement, the AIDS crisis and modern LGBTQ politics, and the birth of the semiconductor and motherboard. It was a city of refugees who turned camps into homes, not just the early settlers, but waves of Asian immigrants, families escaping the civil wars in Latin America. It was one of the great centers of America's black middle class, born after World War II as good jobs and free education spelled opportunity for many who saw little of the same in the South. For the past 50-plus years, San Francisco was a place where community was created, not broken. After the Great Recession in 2008, while the rest of the country crawled forward, The tech meccas of San Francisco and San Jose sprinted ahead, becoming the two wealthiest cities in the nation. Now, the area attracts more educated and wealthy new citizens than ever before. Many believe the region is the engine of a new American economy, a new financial center rivaling those back east, offering much-needed opportunity to the young and brave. If you're 30 and haven't made your mark, you're late to the party. The problem is that the richer the cities get, the more unequal they get. Specifically, the more young, male, and white they get. And their diversity is being squeezed onto the streets and into distant suburbs by ever-rising rents and living costs. San Francisco's income inequality grew faster than any other American city, making it the most unequal city in the nation in 2015. Salaries in the Bay Area have been on the rise, but the number of people living in poverty has also grown. Now the region is peppered with pairs of twin cities, one rich, one poor, neighboring each other. Compare San Francisco and Oakland.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.